Warning.
You are now to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile Radio.
Hey y'all. Y'all is tuned in with her vibe. It's been a minute, but now we big.
It's been a minute, but we back with the jump off. How y'all doing? Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Mark.
Thank you. I'm about to say happy Father's Day to y'all back, and y'all are not fathers.
I am not.
Indeed, you are mothers.
And I'm not one of them single mothers who need a recognition today.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
I don't
Thank
need that.
you
I don't need
for
that.
I can't load my sound effects quick enough.
I don't need that, babe. Nope. I'm a mother, 100%. I'm the
100%.
best mother, but I ain't a father.
And it's
Can't
crazy
be
because I
that.
did have people reach out to me and tell me happy Father's Day. And that's
I did too.
It's no shade
that
to them.
doesn't-
And there's nothing wrong with that because I've been wishing my mother a happy Father's Day for years. And no, my mother is not a father, but she had to hold down 2 roles and she did it very well.
So in that instance, that makes you a outstanding above
Mother.
the fucking cut mother, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Doesn't make you a father. So
Because I just feel like we can never have the capacity to be a father because we can't. Like, we just can't.
Just like daddies
fathers
can't be mamas.
mothers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just that.
Yeah.
Even if you take a single father, and he doesn't have, a good baby's mother or whatever, but you take him, he's a single father, you don't tell him happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day. So stop telling these mamas happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Let's stop
ladies.
that.
Jeez.
And I'm
Because we already don't get
100%,
enough recognition as it is for the ones that actually do put forth effort to be a father. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, yeah, you're supposed to do that. You know what I mean? And we know that, but and it's not to say, who's is that? That's one of y'all.
And I
It's
feel
not to say
like
it's not to compare fathers to mothers. It's just that we would like
and that's the thing.
credit as
People
well.
think
It's-
people go
it's
crazy for
nobody's
Mother's
role
Day, as they should.
Nobody's
But-
role is more important, though.
Right.
That's
You
what
need
I'm
two
saying.
parents. You
Right.
need both parents.
You
You
really
need the
do.
mother and the father, and his role is just as important as the mother. I don't know why people think, well, as long as you got your mama. Yes, my mama
Don't
is my ride or die,
diminish the
but
father.
you still need your daddy.
What we're saying,
Don't
I'm glad you
diminish
brought
the
that up,
father.
Mignon, because it's like it's not that we're saying don't go crazy on the mothers on Mother's Day because they
Right.
deserve everything, right? That they, but at the same time, why is it not the same
For
even
fathers.
type of energy on Father's Day? It's like
And then, for our black kings, our good, active, great fathers, and it's Juneteenth, y'all get a double blessing because it's
Y'all get a dashiki.
Juneteenth and
You get
it's
a
Father's
dashiki.
Day.
Y'all getting dashiki.
Yeah.
It's Father's Day and it's
good
Juneteenth.
energy. Good
Oh.
energy. Y'all
Say
see
it
my
loud.
shirt?
Right,
You black and you proud with your dashiki.
Y'all see my Juneteenth shirt?
what it say?
It say living free-ish since 1865. Yep. Cause period. My homegirl did this shirt. She do all that. You know what I mean? Shout out to Frederica Baker.
Period.
But she's also the presser for BCO Apparel. Shout out to BCO Apparel. So yeah, how y'all been? I feel like we ain't been in this room together in a long time. I feel like
It's been a few weeks.
it has. Like,
Y'all been neglecting us.
and we
with your
haven't.
presence.
It
No, but
ha-
we know because you had the magical
She
wink
had the magical wink pop
pop up, right?
Which was very successful.
It was a vibe.
It was a very successful thing. Yeah, I was there. I was present with BCO, and she did her thing.
Yeah, it
Magical
was a
Wink did
vibe.
her thing. Yes.
All
I
my
was
vendors
happy to
said
be
that
a
they
part
had a
of
good
that.
time. Every single person reached out to me afterwards, like, please let me know when your next event is. I love to be a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a vibe.
It's a vibe because it's her vibes.
Period.
And both parties of her vibes was in the building, as we should. So yeah, and I've been magical winking for like 2 weeks straight. Sis, I've been having people
seeing
put
you.
my lashes on.
I
But
have
today,
been seeing you.
these aren't magical winks. I'm sorry, the magical winks. Is a long story that happened with those lashes. I need some more.
What did you do?
I
to
don't
them?
know. Like they like stuck together or something. Like, girl.
You know you can watch them; they pop right back in place, right?
Okay, see, no, I ain't
That's
know
what they
all
call a
that.
magical wink.
Okay, because it's magical. Okay, because see, me and my makeup artist yesterday, she was just like, no, baby, we just going to do these then because this don't look like I can do nothing with this. And I'm like, listen, I slept in them. I swear, I feel like my baby
I sleep
mama
in mine
put
all the
Gorilla
time.
Glue on them because them bitches will not come off. Like, I had like some joyful tears moments and them bitches would not come off. And I'm
Period.
like, listen.
Get into it.
I was winking and blinking because I
Y'all
was
heard
magical.
her. Get your lashes from Magical Wink.
And that's it.
They
Was beautiful.
They don't move.
They don't. They stay right in place. But yeah, I've been. You talk about neglecting. Listen, we've been doing stuff, Mark. We've been out here.
I know. I'm talking shit.
He said neglecting of our presence. That means he missed us.
He really missed us.
As soon as I
walked through the door, he bothered me. Like, I'm like, boy, I'm tired. I don't even feel like our back and forth. And he told me to go to hell. He's gonna use my words on me.
She didn't tell me to go to hell when I was fucking with her. So I mean, you must miss me too. Okay.
And I'm really actually tired. I had a wedding yesterday.
Oh, you tired? That's what it is. You thought
I'm
you
tired.
ain't your normal self. Okay.
Listen, this was wedding number 6 for this week. I definitely was. I've been going up. This wedding business is the one. Yeah, I just did it.
Thank you very much. It
says
wrong.
Huh?
It says wrong.
It says wrong?
Mm-hmm. You sent it to me, but it says wrong.
What?
The
Wi-Fi? I got you. I'm about to send it to you. It is. We got a new one because y'all ain't been here in 2 weeks.
Oh,
that's what happens when we leave. Okay.
We got a new internet modem now. So
that's how
okay.
Password
so my phone is foreign now because my phone what is this?
Yeah, because okay, so this is what you do.
I'm about to inbox you.
That's
the
why.
password.
Okay, we get it. But yeah, this is like wedding number 6. I've been on this journey. Yes, and when I tell you, listen, I made some business connections last night. I made some personal connections last night. Everything was beautiful. Their wedding, and I'm not trying to downplay none of the other weddings I've done, but their wedding was probably one of the most beautiful and biggest I've done, to this date. But it's only going up from here. Like, I promise you, like, this is just something that just fills me up with joy and love. They gave me a gift. Also, upon leaving, they gave all, I guess, the people who worked with them
whole
gifts.
Bridal party and all that.
Not even the bridal party, just like all the extra people who worked with them. Like, so me as the officiant, the photographer, the DJ, the chef, like they got, we all got some type of personalized gift. And if you could bring up my picture, I enjoyed my gift. Like, and then she kept on saying it. She was like, the best fucking wedding officiant, and I'm just like, girl, I love you. She's like, I love you. You did that. And then everybody in the wedding was coming up to me after the wedding, like, oh my God, it was beautiful. You did that. I saw my aunties there. I didn't even know they would be there. And they like, hey, that's my niece. I'm like, yes, because I'm here to, come to slay and do everything I do. Matching and I feel like I'm the only wedding officiant who takes that extra step to match each wedding party.
I was just talking about this. My coworker said that you did her people.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was matching with the wedding party.
Yeah, and even at that wedding too, they was like, it was beautiful. Like,
it
for
makes
that
sense
one
to match the wedding party.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be in these pictures.
I'm gonna be right here standing with y'all with a red dress on, and y'all got on purple. Like, why?
Like, why would I do that? And I'm like, so every time I do a consultation, because that's what I do. I do 2 consultations. We do one when we initially meet, and we spend like an hour just discussing their plans and what they want, what type of ceremony, this, that, and the third. And then we do one like right before the wedding, and we kind of run over the speech or run over what I'm saying and what they want included. And I always ask them, like, is it anybody you want to pay homage to? Is it anybody you want to have a moment of silence for that's passed on or stuff like that? Like, I just make it very personal for each couple. And then a couple couples, they didn't have vows, so like I personalized a poem for them. Like,
that's dope.
Yeah, I've been doing stuff. I want to say this is probably one of the happiest and best things that I do to date. Like, I do a lot of things. Like, I love her vibes, of course, but I promise you, the love story weddings, we going up. That's my baby right there. And y'all know my book come out August 26th. I even met an author at the wedding who was, discussing with me like different publishing things, and it was just a vibe. But we're going to get off of me and get on to this topic.
As it should be.
We're going to get off me and get on to this topic because y'all know I could suck. So, yeah, what we talking about today?
We are talking about men masking their emotions and having a safe space. And so the reason why I thought this would be a great topic is because our prior show about the suicidal and homicidal thoughts, that show sparked the interest in this conversation here because I had a lot of men reaching out to me after the show that were telling me like, hey, once I was able to get into the show, that was a really dope topic. He was like, and it's crazy because men really don't have nowhere they don't have a safe space, because I feel like men are pressured more so with having to always look tough or be super masculine, so they don't have a space to say, hey, I'm sad or I'm going through it, because you never know what the peers might say. You might be like, bro, I'm sad, and they make a joke, oh, this, look at him, he's sad, he about to cry. Like, it's literally a joke. It's not nowhere for you to actually say what's going on with you or how you feel without it not being taken serious or taking your feelings into consideration. Mm-hmm. And that not even means like just in an intimate relationship, like as far as like dating someone, that can be who you kick it with, that could be your family members, that could be your homeboys, especially black men that come from the hood, because here you have to have this facade that you are, oh, you from the hood, you're supposed to be tough. So if you if you meet a man and he's telling you that he growed up in the hood and he does not give you a tough exterior, you like, oh, you was getting beat up, you was soft. And it's like, I don't have to be that. I can be that if need be, but I don't have to look like that or be that at all times. There's a lot of people, I feel like men have more pressure on them to be things that they don't want to be. Like, if all y'all and
they're not supposed to cry.
Not supposed to cry, not supposed to show no emotions, and you got the pressure of, like, I was having a conversation with somebody, and he was like, well, you shouldn't be in a life if you're not about that life. I said, yeah, but 9 times out of 10, you come from a block of, like, you on a block.
You pushed into that life.
You pushed into the life, but you done growed up in the home without somebody, without maybe a father figure or a father at that, and then here you is, the streets or the homies on the streets that's your brothers, those your people, and now they doing something that you might not feel comfortable doing, or you know, I really don't want to do that, but I don't want to look weak. I don't want to look like a punk. So here I am in a position to have to do something I really don't want to do, but I'd rather just do this. So I won't look like no weak man or no punk.
Exactly.
So y'all both seen Boys in the Hood, right? The movie,
right?
And the scene
one of my favorites.
Where that's like exactly mine too. The scene where Trey got out the car, let me out the car.
And you see, Ice Cube ain't say nothing to him.
He didn't say nothing.
He ain't front of him. He ain't say nothing to him. Like, oh, you scared?
Right.
But
now,
when he
remember,
came back,
society, he's like, both of y'all acting like some beasts right now.
Yeah. No, but when he came back, like, remember, after he got out the car and then after everything happened and they had that conversation at the end, he was like, you wasn't even supposed to be there anyway.
Yeah, because
he
knew that wasn't his life.
Like
that. That's not your life. That's not even what you own.
He go to work.
He was just mad.
You know, his daddy raised him up right. You know, even if his daddy may have been in the streets prior to, once he got his son or whatever, once she dropped him off and Trey was officially with his daddy all that time, his daddy showed him the way. And remember, his daddy was out there, what was his name? What was his name? Furious. Yeah, Furious was out there. He was teaching the hood, like how to buy the block back and stuff like that, because he was now transitioning to his grown man exterior where he don't have to show like I'm this tough old man or whatever, this nigga. No, I'm a grown black man out here. I'm a king. Okay?
Exactly.
And y'all need to learn how to be kings too. Stay away from the liquor store, and you notice why it's a liquor store on every black corner. You know what I'm saying?
He was
like
dropping
he was dropping knowledge.
Gems.
He was dropping real gems. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it is. And it's cool that he had that friend that knew that this ain't your life, this ain't what you into. But not every black boy get that. Every black boy,
their friends and
like,
their
you
family,
a punk, you ain't
relationships,
going, you ain't going with me. Like me and my daughter was just watching the Gridiron game the other day. And remember, the boy had, in the beginning, he was in juvie. He got out the very next day, and his homeboys walked up to him on the street like, these niggas just took my brother's bike. Y'all gotta go with me. And so they didn't walk to the side. Him and his cousin having a conversation like, we don't gotta do this. And so they're having a conversation about not having to do this. Like, we don't got to, we could just walk away. The other two walk up like, what y'all doing? What y'all talking about? Y'all over here crying like little girls. Like, y'all, it's time to put in work. What y'all gonna do? And so now here they are. They were amongst themselves thinking like, maybe I won't do this. But then when they are pressured by these other two men that say, hey, what y'all crying? Y'all scared? Now they feel like, okay, now I have to do this because I don't want you to think. And that goes to show like although we shouldn't judge people or we shouldn't care what people think, we naturally do. Yeah.
Like, I don't care what nobody say or whatever. Like, I don't care what nobody think. You do. You know, whether you admit it or not.
To an extent.
You care. And then, since we talking about black depictions or whatever, like, we'll look at South Central or whatever. Let's bring that movie, like
OG
Bobby Johnson. And he didn't really want to do what he did, but he did it or whatever. And then they kind of like gaslit him to do it or whatever, to kill old boy, because they was like, oh, he messing with your chick, and just giving him all this bull crap. And then now he taking this whole 15-year rap. He in jail now. He get out, and now they done got his son in the gang and stealing cars and all this other stuff. And now he like, I don't want this for you.
Right.
I already went through this. I don't want this for you. Like, I know I don't mind my black sons crying. You know what I'm saying?
You supposed
I
to.
be
We are
telling my
human.
son about to be 16 years old, and he has a really good way of like not showing his emotions. Like,
Masking.
and I don't like that. I be like, no, you gotta let it out, because one day if you don't let it
gonna
out, it's
boil
gonna
over.
boil over and then you're gonna blow up. You have to let it out. Like, whether it's a cry, whether it's a talk out, whatever it is, you have to let it out, son. And you're like, I ain't no punk. It ain't about being a punk.
And who put that mentality in our brains to think that, oh, if you cry, you a punk. If you cry, you weak. Like, you're a human being with emotions.
Right.
Like, it could be something traumatic. I done seen men lose their parents and be like, I ain't crying. Like, but you can. It's
But
okay
you
to cry.
can.
Like, you're not supposed to just bottle that up and hold that in because you afraid of somebody thinking that you weak because you cry. I think the strongest men cry.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I see you cry, that makes me very fond of you, because it takes a strong man to cry, especially in front of people.
And that shows your vulnerability. Like, I could really get into that human space with you now because you're vulnerable around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, black men, they just put on this big tough facade because of the society we're in. Right, because of this society.
They adapt to
but
that situation.
you
Sometimes
have to
even-
learn
sometimes-
the vulnerability to show us.
Sometimes even you can be, your person, you can have a spouse, a woman, right, who tends to use these things against you. You know what I mean? In the way where.
But that means that's not the person for you.
Yeah,
I
of
told
course,
him that
of
earlier.
course, of course.
I said the same thing.
That's not the
That's
person
not your
for you.
people.
But the
That's
thing
not your
about it is,
person.
that's the reason why it's so hard for us, because to open up and talk, because at any angle it could be used against us, thrown in our face, or.
And I get that 100% because
But that go both ways. But I do get that.
I get that because it does go both ways. But since we was like, y'all was conditioned to be this tough, strong. So in a sense, black women was conditioned like to tell y'all don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the mothers, especially the single mothers or whatever, they, my boy, I gotta raise him up tough and strong. Like, I don't cry, don't
Like, get up,
what you
dust yourself
crying
off.
for?
You
Right?
okay?
It's okay. Knee busted wide open. You see his white meat. You ain't gotta cry about that.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah.
I'm bleeding.
I'm
You're
hurt,
bleeding
mama.
out.
And I can see my other skin. I'm about to die.
Even in, since we still talk about movies, even in what you said Menace to Society, when Kane got shot, they like, nigga, that ain't shit. Once they was all tripping when he got shot, but after the fact,
you ain't even, that wasn't nothing.
That wasn't shit. Like, what?
Like,
he got
caught
shot,
a bullet.
my nigga.
Like, it was
he
a
got
bullet
shot
in
a
his
couple
body.
times.
But
Like,
then if he would have died, everybody, oh my nigga. Oh,
Exactly.
I mean, because that's what they
sad.
did for the cousin. Like, my nigga.
But they left his dead ass there, except for Sharif. He was like,
Yeah.
he dead. We gotta go.
Yeah, Sharif, like, I'm not gonna leave him. Oh, we going into all the good movies. Okay.
We are.
Listen, them some good movies, and them some good. They relatable to this topic.
To the
They really
topic,
are.
They are.
They
Because
are.
that's what that's what the depiction is. It's black men have to be tough at all times, show no emotion, and then
But it's only our race.
It's like show me the emotion and shit. Be open up, but then when we do, every time we get bit in the ass. I'm going through that right now. That's what I was talking to Diva about.
Right.
Right now, I'm going through that.
And maybe that person. Okay, let me just take it back because I said that's not your person, but maybe she hasn't learned that you can't do that because we was
she don't know how to
conditioned.
deal.
Because she don't know how to. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
everybody
'Cause
don't
we
know
was
how to
already
deal with other people's
conditioned.
emotions.
Right.
People don't even know how to deal with their own
emotions.
Yeah, and that's my thing.
People don't know
like,
how to deal with
and
their
that's
own
what
stuff.
I basically kind of told her. Like, if I get to turning your
you
pages,
can't
you're gonna get to
deal
calling me
with my
mean
shit,
and
and
all
you
of that
can't
shit.
deal with yours.
So don't. Yeah, exactly.
And then again, like I said,
Got
we
way
was,
more bones and skeletons and all of that shit going on.
But women, black women, we was conditioned like how we conditioned to be independent, strong. We already talked about that.
Right.
We was conditioned to our men. You supposed to be the provider. You supposed to be the strength. You supposed to be this and this. So no, I don't cry. But at the end of the day, when you got to think about it, we're all human. Let that man cry. Give that man that safe space.
That's the whole thing for a marriage, and that's why you're supposed to have two people, because it's supposed to be a balance. It's never supposed to be more on one load than the other load, and that don't just go for everybody be talking about 50-50 on the bills, and if I'm getting the wife, we going 50-50 on the bills. It's not even that. That's not even an aspect of it. Can you mentally handle your mate when they are not at 100% on their mental health?
Mm-hmm.
When they not at 100% on their spirituality? When they are down, if they have a dark day, can you be the light for them? And that is the part that people don't know how to grasp. Like, oh well, I done been in relationships, and
it's your responsibility to. you know, to make. Well, if I understand, you should, you know, be able to make yourself happy. But if you're that person's partner,
Yeah,
you
you
should be able
supposed
to.
to
You should be able
contribute.
to.
You're supposed to contribute. So
I've been in
it's just
relationships
like,
and I don't suffer from depression, but I have these moments where I'm just like in a dark space and it's nothing personal. I'm not mad. I don't have an attitude. I might just be quiet and to myself for that time. And now I'm arguing with my mate about you got an attitude. You could just tell me that you mad at me. Like I'm not even fucking mad at you,
I'm
bro.
not even thinking about you.
I'm mentally going to. I'm my mental is off right
But
now.
that's
and you
why-
antagonizing me on, and I'm already feeling these emotions. And here
I-
you come with your bullshit.
when I come and I counsel like these couples because they get married, they enter into this sacred, you know, level of relationship. When I mentor or when I counsel them or whatever, and we had this consultation, when I tell them, you know, like as far as the providing part, when I say provider, like your husband's your provider or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean financial, baby. Like that's a small part to a bigger thing. At the end of the day, providing means providing protection on my financial, providing protection on my mental stability, providing protection on my emotional stability.
That's true.
All of those things.
Because I think
and
when
it's
I was
a
intact,
two-way
everything was balanced.
street.
And then guess
it's
what?
A two-way
The woman
street.
should be the provider of that to him as well. It
Yes,
should be
that's
both.
why I said
Yeah,
it's
both
a two-way
partners.
street, and that's
it's a
what I tell
partnership.
them. Like, yes,
That's
my
why,
provider.
and the problem is, I think nowadays, as everybody comes into a relationship or the conversation about relationships with the mentality of what am I getting out of it from the next person? What are you bringing to the table? And I hate that conversation.
That's a
so,
stupid
and that's
ass
like so.
conversation.
That
was
that conversation.
drummed
stupid
up in
conversation.
our
I've seen a
community.
couple-
That's more divisive and does more to separate
So
us than
I
bring us
feel
together
like
every time it's brought up.
when
Yeah.
when you have all these other things. So say you have a partner who is y'all got mental compatibility, y'all got spiritual compatibility, y'all are in love like never before, right? So now here comes a financial situation. I know a couple that have been through this, like a financial situation where the money ain't always what it's supposed to be, or somebody off, or she off, or he off, or whatever it is. And you know how most times when it's financial instability in the home, that creates a problem within the home because there is a lack of money. So
And
everybody's
do.
tension is high. But because these people are grounded on all these other things, they never argue about money because they grounded on all these other things.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you grounded in all of these aspects, it helps the relationships to flow better. Because here you were, so even if you, so say you do got a man or a woman and y'all financially stable, but y'all not mentally stable, he can't help with your spirituality. Like all of that stuff is off. So even if y'all got all this money and all that other stuff is off, it's still gonna be problems.
It's still gonna be problems. But that's why, like, it's our job as the woman, and it's the job of the man too, to be vulnerable. It's the job of the man to learn his vulnerability, and it's the job of the woman to take that and make a safe space for her man to be vulnerable in. And especially for our black men, like,
It's supposed to be.
I
It's supposed
need
to be
you
even.
to
She's
understand
supposed
you
to be
can
his
cry in
safe
front of
space,
me.
and he's supposed to be hers. Because not just like you were saying, how women take stuff from men, and men do the same thing. Don't think that
Yeah,
they don't.
no.
They do.
And I
They
understand
do.
exactly.
Like, and that's
They
why
do.
when you was
But see-
16, you was in foster care,
But see,
and they was
listen.
beating your ass. Like, why would
And
you bring that
that's
up?
an indication.
I ain't like
listen,
them niggas who used to
that's an
beat your
indication.
ass.
If I
Like,
was
why
to,
are you saying that?
listen,
You know
if
I was an
to
abused
con-
woman.
if I was to
Why are you
confide
gaslighting me?
in a woman about certain things, and then she was to per se share memes about this particular thing on her Facebook stat, almost antagonize, right? That gives me an indication that is what's done to her. That has been done
Right,
to
because
her.
hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Right, it's a
and then-
projection.
and yeah, that's the type of shit that she's
Because
used to.
you don't know what else to do with it. Now you done gave me here I done gave you some of my emotional problems, and you don't even know how to deal with your own emotions. So now I'm gonna make a joke about it because that's what I was taught in my household. When you sad, they make fun of you in my house. Don't come in this bitch crying because they gonna join you. Like, don't do that.
and then try to
And so
and then
now
try
here
to
you
use
is
the guise of
confiding in me, and all I know is to when you show emotions to make fun of you. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I've been taught.
And then when it use that as the
Exactly.
guise of trying to help you on some, I'm trying to teach you on some. No, that's not. No.
You
Tough
can't teach me by
love.
making fun of me, baby.
Tough love.
That
Go
ain't
to
no-
hell.
that ain't no
tough
lesson.
love.
That ain't the lesson.
No.
Nah.
Yeah. Like, nah. Cause what? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. Like, we gotta like break the pattern. We gotta break the chain of, and it starts at home. It starts with the mothers and the fathers raising these kids up. Like, cause this new generation of kids, they need to know you was okay to be vulnerable with someone that you want to be with, and someone, even with your friends, like not necessarily, this ain't necessarily specific to relationships, because you can be vulnerable. If you feel comfortable with your friends, you could be vulnerable. And I understand people be like, I don't want to tell people my business because I don't want them talking about me.
But yeah, because that's
Yeah,
true.
people say
Because
that,
you do have to,
I'll
it is
never-
to a certain extent, because, when you vent to people, vents go to our rooms.
Our rooms,
that's
right.
the thing. So
Yep.
here you got to be, it's
now you talking
it's
to what
it's
I-
a boundary, because you can't be open with everybody, and
You gotta know.
gonna
You
learn
gotta
through
know
life
who
who your real
your
people,
people
who your
is.
tribe is, and who your associates are, and it's a difference. And you can't be open with everybody, because then it gets out, and then it's more so, because there's no reason for me to tell somebody my problems for you to talk about my shit.
to
Right.
somebody else.
To somebody
Like,
else
girl,
who
just
I
about
didn't
to
tell
confide.
this
me,
to.
da da
Oh,
da
yeah.
da 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 this, and that's fucked up.
And then
you
y'all
know her family
come
like
to,
this, like,
and then
what is
y'all
the
come
point
to
of
your
that?
own conclusion
Why
from
is
y'all
you sitting up here
observation
talking
that
about
y'all
me?
don't even know shit.
Listen,
nothing
if
about.
I wanted to tell sis what
I
I
would've
told you, I
told
would have told her,
sis.
or I would have told y'all together. How about that? I would have had the conversation in the room. Like,
And then and it always get back to you, because somebody say some shit that you
It
know you ain't
always
told them.
does.
Like, how the fuck you
how
know
the
that?
It
fuck
always
you
does.
know?
I ain't never told you that. So how you
I
know
never
that?
said that to you.
Who told you that? Like, you did. No, the fuck I didn't.
No, the fuck I didn't. Why you?
I ain't
lying?
tell you that.
You trying to lie to cover up your source?
It
Stop
wasn't
playing with
me.
Listen.
Yeah, but I
Pretty
think
much.
it starts with the parents too.
That's what I'm saying. It starts at
Everything
home.
starts at home.
Starts
So
at home.
if you are instilling in your child that it's okay to show emotions, my daughter is in therapy right now, because I want her to be able to know how to express her emotions. I don't want her to be bottled up. My father put me in therapy when I was a kid. I was a fighting ass kid. I'm fighting everybody, anybody, whoever you are, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, whoever. You said what? I look like what? You want to do what? Okay, let's fight. Like I was fighting. I didn't give a fuck. I was gonna fight. So therefore, I was showed something else, because fighting and being angry is still a sign of an emotion. So therefore, if you don't know how
And you
to,
can't control your emotions, because
if you
that's,
don't know
you
how
gotta
to
take it to a
show
fight.
your emotions or talk or get them out or whatever you need to do,
You gonna
then
get
they
'em out
show
one
up
way.
like that. So now here you is with an angry kid. I actually worked at a school, right? I worked at a school, at an after school program. I had a student. He walked past me and he had a t-shirt on with a little boy on the t-shirt. And I'm like, dang, who was that boy on the t-shirt? He like, that's my brother. I'm like, damn, what? This a rest in peace t-shirt though. He like, yeah. This little boy like 10, 11 years old. I'm like, why is your brother on there? How old is your brother? His brother might be like 13, 14 years old. He's like, yeah, he died. I'm like, well, how he die? He said, well, I was sleeping in my bedroom. I was sleeping, and my brother and my cousins was in my room. They was sitting on the floor playing with a gun. He said, bang, gun goes off. He jumps out his sleep. He look over, and his brother's bleeding to death. His brother died in his arms, and he's like between the ages of 9 and 11 when this is going on. And this little boy at the school is fighting any and everybody in the school, because here y'all is didn't put him nowhere to get that out of him. He just walking around, he holding on to that. He done seen something he shouldn't have seen at a young age. He done seen a whole dead body at a young age that he shouldn't even never experienced. And then there's no outlet for him to talk about it or express it nowhere. And then y'all want to know why he want to fight everybody?
Man, that's wild. But speaking of children that passed on, I was at Bryson Day yesterday.
I
It was
saw
a great
that.
event. Yep, I got this drink from there, and it's strong than a motherfucker. I mean, I'm taking it slow because this drink is. See, they
But
got
you
forever
got
too.
it yesterday, and you still got it. You definitely take
Yeah,
it.
I
It
took
must
it
have been
slow.
strong if you got it from yesterday.
No, because okay, so y'all know I had a busy day yesterday, so I went to Bryson Day because I wanted to
too.
still have my support or whatever. I wanted to show my support to the family and all this other stuff. So I stopped there. Me and my best friend went. We stayed for probably about an hour. Girl, I forgot.
I know.
Girl, I'm sorry. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But anyway, so I went to the event or whatever. I only stayed for probably maybe an hour and a half. And then, because
But just
first
to
of all,
support.
Tempest gave me the wrong address. And then I had to call her like, girl, where
This
y'all
not where it's at.
This ain't where it's at. And she was like, I'm so sorry. Like, girl, you know I'm on a limited amount of time because I had to get to the wedding.
You had to do that and go to the wedding.
Yeah, so, and I was in my 11:15 gear.
And
so
also I still gotta
I had
change
to change clothes
for the wedding.
For the wedding.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying? So I was like limited on time anyway. So yeah, I got there. You know, I only drank like a little bit of the drink or whatever. And I was feeling it there. Like, Jesus Christ, I had to put this in the refrigerator. Like,
Not put it in the refrigerator.
because listen, I couldn't
But
go.
you know
I
what?
wasn't going to my wedding lit. I'm going to get lit after at the reception because
Right,
I'm
but
always
I can't
invited.
be up there stumbling over words drunk trying to talk to you.
No. And I did. I came. I saw. I did. It was beautiful. But yeah, just because we was talking about children that passed on. Shout out to Tempest Christian, Brian Christian,
Bryson,
and the
man.
whole Bryson family. Shout out to y'all. Y'all like love. Y'all like. y'all's really like our peoples up here.
Yeah.
We
We
support
cousins.
y'all. We cousins now.
We cousins now.
We support y'all in the best way. You know what I mean? You know, blue hearts everywhere. So yeah,
All
it
the
was
time.
Bryson Day. So yeah, but yeah, moving right along. I feel like even with bringing that situation up, right?
Mhm.
Because when we talked to her on the show, she was saying how she had her oldest son in therapy because of what happened with Bryson, which I think that is really great because he's gonna have to. If he didn't, he would internalize what happened to him and his brother and his family. So
That's gonna show
now
up.
he's got a safe space to go and talk to somebody unbiased and get his feelings out or whatever, which I feel like that is great or whatever for her, for him, for her husband. Like that's great that they're doing therapy because, you know, gun violence, who wanna, you know what I'm saying, deal with this, like that's a constant trauma every day.
Exactly.
So for them to be able to, you know, get up and say, you know what, we're going to go do therapy and we're going to do this, you know, we're going to get our son together, you know, so he would know he's allowed to show his emotions. He's allowed to cry. He's allowed to mourn his brother properly. And you said the other little boy who he was at school with, he at school fighting, doing all
Fighting
sorts of stuff.
everybody
Because
and
he don't
anybody,
know,
okay?
nobody's putting him in a place to get all these emotions out. It's raw
And
emotion.
I keep saying this. Y'all done heard me say this a million times. I'm going to say it on every show that we talk about emotions and stuff. Because if you do not heal from your traumas, they show up everywhere in any relationship that you have and anything you try to maintain. And I'm not talking about just intimate. I'm talking about your friends, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your children. Those relationships will be hindered from your traumas if you do not heal within. Hurt people, and it's not
hurt people.
always on purpose. It could be subconsciously. It could be your subconscious mind because you are a hurt person. You're going to project hurt, and it's not even what you want to do, but that's all you know. That's your mechanism because you're hurt.
Exactly. And, you know, they should just really pick up my book. That'll be out August 26th. Childhood Traumas. When the little girl is healed, the woman shows up. You know?
Period.
And at the end of the day, it's not just, of course, the target audience is, you know, women. But at the end of the day, it's not just for women. Like,
Right.
anybody can pick up this book. Because at the end of the day, I talk about so many different childhood traumas that you can be related to. You can, it could be very relatable. It could be like your front door at home. Like, dang, she sitting in the living room on the couch talking to me because, dang,
Yeah,
I went through
exactly.
this. Because I wrote this book so I want people to know, like, I went through, you know, hell and back, you would say, or whatever.
Right.
But I overcame every single trauma I had, and I learned how to heal from it the right way. Because at one point, I wasn't healing from it. I was just, you know, internalizing it and keeping it moving. But no, now I've learned how to heal from these things, and I don't let them affect me like that. I don't let them continuously trigger me. Like, it's not a trigger anymore. Like, I got it out. It was therapy. So, yeah, you got to get my book because I'll be talking my stuff. August 26th. That's the book release party. Y'all gonna be there? You gonna be there? He be on that bullshit.
Yes, yeah. He's supposed to who me?
Who me?
I was taking pictures. I didn't hear if you was talking
Yeah,
to me or her.
no, I was talking to you. Yeah.
When
That's
is
so
it?
funny.
When?
He like, who me?
August
when is-
26th. I keep trying to tell you.
When is it? August who?
26.
I want you to say it so they can hear it. I heard you.
August 26th. I done said it 14
What day?
times
What,
on
no,
air.
So what day
That's
is
a
it?
Friday.
It's a
That's
Friday.
a Friday. I told you.
And what time is it?
It starts
6
at
to 8.
6. No, okay. So the
Well,
book
6
signing
until.
part. The book signing part is from 6 to 8.
She drunk. The book
Well,
signing. The
well,
book
you
signing part.
Your brother has a podcast.
She said siding. The book signing part. We shouting out drinks. Y'all know what I'm drinking. Y'all know I got this bottle in my hand all the time.
Oh, and I reached out to her about
it's a quench.
bartending.
Y'all already know what I'm drinking. Y'all know what I'm on. I done had this sitting in my refrigerator for like 3 weeks. So, yeah. The longer you keep them, the stronger they get quenched.
Get quenched. Okay. It be the slogans for me. It be the slogans. But yeah. So yeah, August 26th is a Friday. It starts at 6 for the book signing. 6 to 8. And then after that, it goes into my birthday party because my birthday is August 27th.
Period.
So, period. And then, you know, after, you know, August 27th, the next day, I'm going to be on a flight because I'm out of here because I got a lot to celebrate, baby.
Period.
I'm on a flight. That's it. That's it. That's all. But yeah, let's get back into this topic.
I know it's Father's Day and Juneteenth, so it ain't really a lot of people in here with us, and I wish it was.
They keep
So I really
popping
want-
in and out.
Yeah, they popping in and out. I wish y'all was in here because I would love some feedback on, especially from men. I would love some male feedback.
I mean, we got
Big Mark. Big Mark.
I mean,
So growing up,
ask me something.
So
Ask me
growing
something.
up as a black man in Detroit in the hood, do you feel
How you know
like
you from the hood? Oh yeah, because we in the hood.
So, do you feel? Don't do it. Do you feel like? Do you feel like growing up as a black man in the hood? Do you feel like you were pressured to have this toughness about yourself? Like if you didn't want to, even if you didn't want to be tough, did you feel like in certain situations you had to?
Absolutely. I mean, that
You
was
definitely just pimp slap somebody like at the party.
You
At
know,
the traffic jam.
Look,
too.
what happens at the traffic jam stays
stays
at
at
the traffic jam.
I mean, I just gave y'all a little bit of sneak peek of what be going on.
See how she got
No,
this,
so
she
the
just don't
thing
know
is,
what to say and when to say it.
Look, they don't need to know unless they need to know, and if they need to know, they ain't gonna want to know. That's it.
See, you the type of.
But I said what I said when I said it.
This is the type of woman that you can't confide in. She gonna let
That's not
anything fly.
true.
You just
I
proved
create a
it.
safe space.
You just no, you don't. See, you're the toxic type that I'm dealing with. You
Don't do that. Don't label me as toxic.
That's what you just did it. And you used to say it in the
Blame it
beginning.
on the Bryson drink.
Yeah, you used to be saying in the beginning of your show when you first started. But yeah, so that you was toxic. You say
I'm not toxic anymore.
Oh,
I've elevated.
But anyway, yeah. So
I'm not toxic no
sometimes
more.
you can confide in people, and you know, and again, that's not the. It's kind of cliche now because what just happened in the conversation. But yeah, you can have people who will come off as the safe space, and then you confide in them, and then they turn around and be the snake in the grass. And end up throwing shit up in your face.
Yeah,
No,
but I'm
again,
not
I'm talking
It's
about
like,
shit.
nah.
But no,
I'm
I'm talking about just in general.
No,
Like I'm
but
talking
yeah, I
about
get
the
that.
the guys you grew up with, maybe who your clique was, your group of men.
Yeah,
that-
all
Even
of
like
that,
your
all of that,
mom and
all of that,
your
all of
aunts
that,
and
all
stuff
of
like that.
All of
Yeah.
that. It's not just relationship just because it's something that I'm dealing with, have dealt with recently. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about even homeboys. Like you can do something and tell your homeboy something and he snitch on you and tell it. Like I went through that as a kid, right?
Well, I
The
know
first
men
time-
who cheat on their women, and they homeboys tell the woman that they man is cheating.
Yeah, but that's some snake ass shit because they only telling her because they want her. Like that's what it really be about.
That's what
They
it always
telling
be
on their
about.
homeboy
Like-
because if
Yeah.
they don't want her, they ain't telling her nothing. But
We
the fact
can-
that they want her, they gonna tell on him.
I was a kid. I don't know. Like it's funny that I just thought about this one, but when I was like 11, 12, and I ran across my first gun, and I told one person, my cousin, the whole block knew.
And they was coming up to you like,
No,
"Hey, Mark, let me
no.
see the gun."
Like your cousin told me you
Your
could find the
cousin
gun.
told, let me see it.
To
Let me see
the
it.
point that he ended up telling my mom. You know what I mean?
And so
And
now
then
your
she-
mama
and
about
then
to
she-
beat
and
your
I said,
ass.
"No," but so though she come in trying to look for it. I'm like, I ain't got no gun. I ain't got. So he tell her where it was. Right.
Wow.
But
Okay,
look,
he
see,
went
look,
too
look,
far.
look, but see, here's the thing, right? Though it backfired on him because he told him where it was. So she went in there looking and didn't find it. Right.
You had moved
So
it.
then no, it was still there. He went in there and found it, and then it's like I'm like, oh well, he put it there, and he got the ass whooping.
Boom. That's how you
Period.
get that
That's
ass.
how you
That's
do
how you
it.
get that ass. Like he only know where it's at because he the one
Because
that
he
put
the one
it
who
there.
put it there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the so yeah. So that was the thing.
Cousin got your ass. Y'all still,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all
Yeah,
still
you-
I
cousins.
mean, yeah, we cousins. He still.
He
I
probably
mean,
like,
we
Y'all
still
seen
got
them
that
before.
good ass whooping.
Yeah, but still, that's the thing. Like you can confide in people, and then they can end up turning against you. That's the reason why you
A
don't tell- you
listening
don't- you
ear.
don't-
That's why
you
people-
don't-
a listening ear is a running mouth.
That's why
That's why you don't
sometimes
tell
you
people
can't
shit.
tell
You
people
can't tell.
everything.
I don't tell people shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, why you don't? You're so secretive, and you don't tell people that. That's why because.
But you
it's so
have
many
to learn
different
to
reasons.
decipher who is for you and who's
Yeah,
against
yep.
you.
But see,
So
that's
it's
why.
hard.
That's
It
why.
is
It's so
hard.
hard
That's the
because
reason
people
why-
wear so many masks.
That's the reason why I
People
open
gonna
up-
only show you what they want you to see. So people gonna be whoever they want to be, and people got it down packed so good they can pretend for so long, and then you blink, and then something happened, and it
now they just
changed.
switch,
Real-
and it
And
just
you
Their
like,
real
yeah,
colors come out.
They changed, and no, they didn't.
They
Their
just
mask
always
came
been
off.
that,
This is
yeah.
who they been the whole time, and
You
now
just didn't
you
see
finally
it.
seeing their true self.
That's pretty much
I
what
talk
it is.
about that in my book.
Yep, I've said that plenty of
I
times.
talk about that in my book.
Motherfuckers wear masks because they want you. They're representative, as opposed to who they really are.
Yeah, that's why.
You
like,
can only pretend for so long.
Yeah, that's why. Like
The real you definitely gonna show up.
when like in certain situations with like women who get into relationships with abusers or whatever, I completely understand how they was with a person for so long and then they like, okay, now they getting abused or whatever. But it's like you didn't, people first things to say is you didn't see the red flags. He was probably a charming ass bastard. She couldn't see
He
that.
probably swept her clean
He
off her
probably
feet,
sweep-
and
because
then
that's
knocked
what
her right
they
upside her
do.
damn head.
Swept her off her feet just to beat her ass down. to the ground.
That's a complex within himself though. That's an insecurity. That's just feeling less
I mean,
than
look
or
at
something. Because
I can see the Turner. Since
why
we're
are
talking
you
movies.
beating on a woman for what you already know
Look-
you a man? You could beat her up. So what's your
Right,
point?
but look at I can see the Turner. Right, when you see that movie, with
He
Love
was
Got to
jealous
Do with
of
it.
her.
He was definitely jealous of her, and that
That's
complex
crazy to me.
like started.
If we a partnership
in the beginning,
if one of us is eating, nigga, ain't
We
nobody
all
gonna be
eating.
hungry. Like, what are we talking about?
and then the thing is. With him or whatever, like in the beginning, he was sweeping her off her feet. He was, he was telling her, like, Lorraine don't understand.
The way they went
Like-
about their relationship shouldn't even happen though, because he still had a woman.
Yeah,
And she done went to the hospital and y'all having sex. I'm so lost.
yeah. And see, I understand why Lorraine pulled up and dropped them kids off.
She just
100%.
left because she shot herself. If a woman had shot herself over a man, I don't
trust
want
and
him.
believe.
She didn't shoot you. She shot herself. I'm straight.
It's
Don't even
something
worry
wrong.
about it.
It's
something wrong.
Something is wrong.
Because she didn't even try to shoot you. She wanted to shoot herself. What you do to her that she wanted to shoot herself? I'm out.
I don't even want to know.
Gotta
I
go.
don't want to know. Gotta go. But yeah. At the end of the day, it's hard, but I feel like when you meet somebody and y'all is spiritually connected, y'all mentally on the same page and stuff. Majority of the time, those are the people, because y'all already aligned anyway. So those are the people that you can probably create that safe space with. So, but you gotta it's a bitch because you gotta decipher between so many different people and so many different events to lead up to this part.
Exactly.
But that's why you got to get to know you and be aligned with yourself and then start attracting what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, even men, like, y'all need to start writing, letting all that trauma out.
Because most men don't have a safe space and you don't feel like you have nobody to talk to. Writing
Write
is
it.
like a
Write
whole
it
thing.
down.
Look you up a therapist. It's a whole. Let me tell y'all the website. I'm about to tell y'all the website. It's a website that literally deals with black therapists.
Because, listen, as black people, we our society, this society has gave us PTSD. So we already just got PTSD just because we black. So y'all need that therapy.
If you go on the website is called psychologytoday.com. Psychologytoday.com. I found my therapist on there. I've referred this site to millions of people. Not millions, but y'all know what I'm saying. But I've referred this site to people and they found therapists on there, and it's a plethora of therapists. You can literally dim it down to exactly what you're looking for, whatever you looking for them to specialize in. It's males, it's females, but everybody is black. So I feel like black people should talk to black people because white people can't relate to what our plights are.
They don't understand our
They'd
trauma.
be like, well, at 7 years old, my mama said she was gonna smack me into Tuesday, and I was scared. And they were like, oh my God, what does that mean? So yeah, just talk.
Or
to
they'd be
somebody
like, oh my God, that was child abuse. Did you call the police?
Did you call CPS? Like, girl, ain't
Girl,
no CPS.
no.
You
We
call
not
your
calling
grandma.
no CPS on our mamas.
You
so
call
she could
your
kill
grandma
us.
on your mama. That's what you do. Grandma, she over here tripping.
And then grandma be like, what the hell you do, though?
Right. Like, wait, did you deserve to be slapped to
What
Tuesday
did
or
you
no?
do?
So yeah. But psychologytoday.com, you can reach out, find your therapist, look them up, see their credentials, find out what insurances they take, because most insurance, even if you got Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, it covers mental health because there is a need for mental health awareness. It's a need because there's a lot of people suffering from things that they don't know how to deal with.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Because, yeah, check on your mental health. Don't just check on, your physical. Don't just check on, your teeth. Don't just check on it. You got to check on the mind. Like, start from the crown down.
That's where it started.
Start from the crown down. Because if you're not checking on your mind, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And I really, like, the people who be like, I don't need no therapy. I don't need to talk to nobody. And you're the one who needed the most, baby. You're the one who needed the most.
You don't even know that you need therapy. Like, oh, yeah, I do need that. Yeah, you do. Yeah,
you do.
You do.
You do. Why would you say you didn't? You need somebody to talk to. Because at the end of the day, you can talk to your family, friends, or whatever, but they're not going to have the capacity to deal with the things that you need to be dealt with. Like, because they are not trained. They're not professionals.
Then they may be biased as well.
And
they
right, biased.
as well. So
So
that's the thing.
you want to talk to somebody who's not that way.
Exactly. You gotta find you somebody, and people be so skeptical about talking to a therapist because they feel like it's a stranger, but that might be the best person to talk to because they don't know nothing about you, but what you tell them.
you tell them.
And please don't go to therapy and not tell full truths because it's not
Because
going
what
to help
you
you.
lying for?
That's not going to help you. You can't
What are you
go
lying
into
for?
therapy telling half truths or making it seem like you're the victim. Tell the whole story. So therefore it can be, so they can get both aspects of it and let you know exactly what needs to be done. Can't nobody give you an opinion of how to cope with something, how to deal with something if you're not being truthful about the situation.
Mm-hmm. And you making yourself look out like, oh, everybody's
Like they did it to
bothering
me. Like everybody doing something to me. Don't do
Listen,
that.
baby, stop. You ain't the victim, okay?
Like don't do that.
Shout out to Pat Mustard on YouTube. Guy, you got a fan over here.
Do I?
Yeah, somebody said Big Mama fine.
Not Big Mama.
Yeah, that's what they said. I
That's-
figured that wasn't.
I knew
I
she was
don't
about to
like
make a
that.
face.
I knew it too.
I knew she was about to make a face
You
like
didn't have to say Big
you
Mama.
just messed up your compliment.
You just messed up. You just threw the
I don't
compliment.
like that.
You drug it through the mud and then you gave it
Because
to
I
him.
did. Because what? Why did you? He could have said Thickums. I would have been all right with that. But
Yeah,
Big Mama,
see.
I ain't big. Nah, going on. So I see.
She talking about something. He did not say Big Mama. It's fine.
Hey, he did say that.
Next-
Why you saying Big Mama? Oh my God. Pat, you gotta come with better compliments, sweetheart. Okay, thank
Not
you,
Big
but
Mama.
not.
Now he
thank
about to
you.
follow, but I like Big Mamas.
Listen, I'm not no BBW baby. I'm still thick. I'm probably one Reese's Pieces away, but listen, I'm still thick. Okay, so my Big Mama.
I'm not dealing with her.
I don't like that. Let me see. Do I be looking fat as hell on this camera?
Oh God! Now you
Pat, you done fucked up. Okay.
got her started now, man. You done got her.
Pat, you
I know
done
I ain't been
messed
to the gym
up.
in a minute. You know, I'm going back to the gym on Monday. Fuck this shit.
Here she go, and she's off.
Yes.
Pat
yes.
done messed it
Pat
up.
You
messed
done
it up.
fucked
Talk
up
about
the whole
Big
show and
Mama.
shit. I shouldn't even said it.
You should have waited till after off air.
So she could have went off on him after. Where he at?
Cause what?
What he
Stop
called
playing
me?
with Big Mama. Who that is? Girl.
But yeah, man, we don't have a safe place to talk about stuff without being ridiculed, without it being, like I said, thrown up in our face, without us being judged about it, without us being attacked with it.
I don't feel like it's enough groups for black boys.
And it's like
Yeah, like you need mentoring.
Like you know how girls got all these.
it's a double-edged sword for us. It's like we
groups.
damned if we do, damned if we don't.
Cause you know they used to have Scared Straight, which I feel like Scared Straight. It
was
wasn't.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It wasn't.
It wasn't the thing.
geared for
It needs
that.
to be
Like
a
they
group
need
of-
like
a group
mental
of black
big boy.
men.
What is it called? Big Brother.
Yeah, like that.
Big Brother, they
Need a
need
group
that.
of black men that's gonna instill something in these other. Because there's so many black boys that don't have that. They don't have an uncle or brother, or daddy, or cousin,
That's okay.
or nobody.
You know what? Multifaceted Incorporated. We about to come bring y'all some mentorships for these boys, cause y'all need it.
Do I need it?
Y'all need it. I'm gonna work on that. That's my next business plan. Listen here. Her
Don't need
Vibe
it.
sponsored.
Yeah, because y'all need it.
Cause y'all need
really
it. Y'all really need that. Y'all need the safe
Y'all need
space,
a
and we
safe
gonna
space
create
to
a
open
safe
up.
space to open up.
I did find this program. I think I'm about to enroll more in. It's an enrichment program, and they do tutoring, but it's ran by a black woman therapist.
Mm-hmm.
It's called something clarity.
Okay.
Let me.
Yeah, cause
something
even
clear.
I'm about to
even
pull it up
me,
so I can beat.
even me,
politically
like I be
correct.
trying
I
to
don't
look
wanna be
for
just
my
saying
son.
anything.
I be trying to look for my son different avenues of things to do because you know he's 16 or about to be 16. He need that pouring into aspect from another man. Like he can get it from his mama all day, but he need a male figure that's gonna pour into him the right, correct way and a
So
safe
that's
space.
what it's called. It's called complete clarity.
Complete clarity.
I'm actually
I
going.
like that.
I'm going to check it
title.
out tomorrow to see if I want to enroll my daughter. They have a summer program. The summer program, it starts on the 22nd, I believe.
What's the age?
So, I think she got everybody. I think she got middle school. I think she got elementary, middle school, and high school. I think she got every.
She
every
got
grade.
pre-K.
I'm not sure. I'll let you know tomorrow. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta meet with them in the morning, so I'll let you know tomorrow. But it's an elementary school and a summer enrichment program, and they got a middle school and a high school. But it's starting on the 20th or the 22nd, and then they have an emotional expressions art club that starts on the 21st.
Emotional
Expression
expression
art club,
Okay, that sounds dope.
and it's like an hour, and it's
That
on
sounds really
Tuesdays.
dope.
Yeah, and it's ran by a black woman therapist, and she actually is registered on Psychology Today, which is the website I just referred y'all to.
Look at that segue. Look at that. Yeah. So, Yeah, black men, take y'all mask down and start expressing these feelings.
There's nothing wrong with showing emotion.
And if you don't want to express it to, companions or whatever, friends or family, start writing that shit down. Just get it from unbottled. Like, make it
my
out
first
and
year
clear.
in therapy, I didn't talk to my therapist because I didn't know her. I thought I was a fighting ass kid. I was angry. I didn't want to talk to her. Who was that? I ain't talking to that lady. So the first thing she did for me was hand me a journal and a pen. That was probably my best friend. I write to this day at my big age. I still write. And it don't matter if it's my actual emotions of what I'm dealing with, or I'm writing poetry or a song or whatever. I'm writing.
Writing is therapy.
It really
Writing is very good therapy.
It's therapeutic.
And then you are the only person reading this, so therefore you don't have to lie. Like, you can tell your raw emotions. You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody there to judge you but you. I still look back at some old journals from when I was in high school. Like, girl, I was talking that shit. What's wrong with me?
I still got most of the books I wrote in. I be like, I do read them, and I'm like, damn, I was going through some shit.
Yeah, I was going through it.
I had some dark days.
But see, that's why I wrote this book, Childhood Traumas. When the little girl is healed, the woman shows up.
Period.
It was very releasing for me. Like, that was great. It was therapy.
It should have been. That was the point.
And I wrote it in 48 hours. Just a thing. Because
when you in the zone, because I've been writing stories since I was like 10. That was my thing. I used to write stories. My mom used to be my reader. She thought I was going to go to school and be an author, but that didn't happen. But I did want to be a journalist at one point, but that didn't happen.
I used to want to be a journalist. So I used to want to be on Channel 7 News.
I never wanted to be on the news, but I did want to be a journalist.
I used to want to be on Channel 7 News.
I wanted to be an investigative journalist, actually. And I wanted to have my own column talking about the crimes of whatever the crime was. I wanted to talk about it in my column.
Okay. Yeah. No, I actually wanted to be one of those. Yeah, you still can. But I wanted to be, this is what we do. But, 7 Mile Radio, newsman, all that good stuff. But yeah, I used to want to sit on the news.
Shut up, Mark.
Yeah, I used to want to sit on the news, and read off what's going on or whatever, have my suit on and stuff, and then sometimes be in the field with my microphone.
I get that.
That's what I wanted to do.
I'm not a fan of the news. I feel like it's big propaganda.
But this is when I was younger, so
that's part of the reason why I got into this. That's part of the reason why I created this platform, or actually made it into what it is right now, where we more so an independent news podcast. Like, we don't really focus too much on the music.
Right.
A lot of people still come to me to promote their music because 7 Mile Radio, they know it in the beginning stages of being a platform that was for independent artists, or just being a radio station in Detroit ran by people that look like us. It's like, promote my music. We're a radio station, but that's not really the niche anymore with the platform. You know what I mean? We still have a show or two that does that, but that's not the thing, because it's about putting out the information.
Face the music. Shout
Face
out to
the
them.
Music, Rock It and Stop It, you know what I mean? And my music review show that I'm about to bring back. But then, it's more so about the information. People more so gravitate to information now than entertainment, you know what I mean? So we talk about stuff that's going on in the community and publish stuff that's going on in the community with the news and stuff like that, and the independent news, stuff that you don't see on the news, on the mainstream news, stuff that's really,
because I don't tune into mainstream news because I told you I don't believe it.
And that's part of what became why we're so popular, is because we tap into information that you don't necessarily see on the news, and that's probably why we kind of blackballed on Facebook right now.
Like, y'all talking too much. Shut up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, shut your mouth up.
Y'all telling too much.
We
trying to promote this propaganda. Be quiet.
Exactly. Every 7 Mile Radio page you make on Facebook now get unpublished and flagged for hate speech or.
But what hate speech?
Right. Nudity. Did y'all see the post that I made on my Facebook page about it? The notification they gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like, we don't publish hate speech, nudity. Any of the stuff they said, it's like, so why is the page?
But we're not doing none of that. So why you?
Okay?
No, you just mad. Okay, bad.
That's why I said we're gonna take our challenge to YouTube. We're already on YouTube. We're gonna focus more so on pushing everybody to the YouTube, because we ain't been taken down yet.
We need to get into some contracts with Apple Music or something, and take our talents over there.
That's just audio. They don't do the video.
Yeah, so we want visual too.
They do visual because Nicki Minaj podcast was visual.
But it might be pre-recorded. It's not live streaming. Just like
we want to
Instagram,
live,
TikTok, and all that. So
okay,
because a lot of people do have podcasts on those networks, but then they record. So we would come here and record it. And then air it on. So we would probably record it on Wednesday, and then it airs on Sunday.
Yeah.
Regardless to the platform we trying to create is where people can
Tune in live.
Tune in live.
Tune
Be
in
a part of
live.
the conversation.
Right
Comment.
there,
Yeah.
Call in
Call
and have a
in,
voice
yeah.
right
Have
there.
a
and there.
voice.
Because here
Yeah.
you is watching something that we did on Wednesday and it's airing on Sunday, and we might not even be tuned in on Sunday,
how
and you
about-
comment
or how
and
about
we can't respond.
In between,
Right.
yeah, right, can't respond. Then in between the time that you record the show and publish the show, some big ass news shit didn't happen. Some big ass, and now it makes the show that you about to publish irrelevant
Behind because
Yeah.
because
something
nobody's
new is
talking
out.
about
Because
that.
something
It's
new is out,
everybody's talking
yeah.
about that happened yesterday, and now this
Exactly.
shit that you just published is obsolete.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, real time is definitely the one.
It is.
Yeah, but Facebook hating on us. That's, I mean, what to do? What to do?
So I mean, like I said, we're just pushing. For right now, like that's the reason why we live on my page. You know what I'm saying? I still got 30,000 followers on there. And then we're just gonna
And
push
shout out to all the people that tuned in today.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
even though it's Father's Day
Share,
in
share,
June,
share.
it's a double
It is
holiday.
Father's Day.
It's a double holiday.
It's
double-
Father's
Everybody
Day and
is
Juneteenth.
yes.
Everybody's at a barbecue, a picnic.
A
So if
picnic,
you are
something.
That's
sitting in
actually
front,
where I'm going. That's right when I left. If you check the inbox,
I
I sent
saw.
I'm like y'all doing the show today? 'Cause I'm
he
about to
had
get-
plans.
Yeah, and y'all didn't respond, so I'm
Just
gonna sit
like-
here. I'm gonna sit here. 'Cause I
Just
don't
like
wanna,
he had left us that one time.
He said he was back though.
Oh, but he was back. He was at the
But
Juneteenth.
yeah, but if
They did
y'all are
Juneteenth
out
early.
barbecuing it up, eating it up, drinking it up with your family, I'm so happy that y'all decided to put your face in front of a screen and look at us.
I mean,
you-
because we gave y'all something good to look at.
Yeah, and it's always a vibe with her vibe.
And period. And you need to share this and tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend to
Mhm.
catch a vibe.
Catch a vibe. And anybody
And
getting married, you know, I'm
if
the
you
one.
getting
Y'all
married,
favorite wedding
Hit up
officiant.
Love Story Weddings.
That's on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes.
DM me,
If you need
book
some
me.
lashes, hit up Magical Wink. If you need
Facebook
some
and
clothes,
Instagram.
hit up BCO
BCO
Apparel.
Apparel.
Period.
I don't know why they won't just make commercials for all of this shit. They
First
just
of all,
like
shut
hearing
up, Mark.
theyself. They just like hearing themselves.
First of all, be quiet.
Hush
Okay.
it on up. All right.
Let me hit y'all with this healing energy.
Healing energy.
So y'all can get through y'all week. My healing energy is kind of short and sweet, sort of, kind of. My healing energy is for this week is do not waste love on those whom don't love themselves.
Ooh.
Period. Yeah.
Do not waste. You gonna drive yourself crazy trying to love somebody who don't even love themselves. They can't even recognize what you're trying to do because they can't do it for themselves.
Period. Listen. Look. They listen. Drop these knowledge on these
There it is,
people.
there it is.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that was it. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was taking us
I
off.
thought you had one.
Oh no,
All right.
it was the
Tell a
positive.
friend,
It,
tell
it
a
was the healing
friend,
energy.
tell a friend
That's
to
it.
catch a vibe.
Catch a
All
vibe.
right.
Catch a
We
vibe.
happy that y'all tuned in.
And
Enjoy
share,
the rest
share,
of y'all
share,
holiday.
share. Happy Father's
Be back
Day.
here next
Happy
Sunday at
Juneteenth.
4 p.m. live.
Yep, we going up.
Her vibe.
Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.
7 Mile